Welcome to Chronicles of Time. In this video, we're diving deep into the untamed heart of the Wild West. But this isn't the Hollywood version. These are rare, authentic photographs that capture the true grit, hardships, and triumphs of this legendary era. Through these incredible time capsules, you'll uncover the untold stories of pioneers, outlaws, warriors, and dreamers who shaped the frontier. If you're ready to rediscover the Wild West as you've never seen it before, hit that like button, subscribe to Chronicles of Time, and stay with us until the end. We've saved the most fascinating story for the finale, a pioneer's determination in the face of the unknown. Imagine standing in the unforgiving deserts of New Mexico in 1900. A pioneer family poses proudly for a photograph in 3-block range, their faces weathered but resilient. Behind them, a vast, arid landscape stretches endlessly, challenging their every move. These families were not just settlers, they were survivors, carving out a life where nature itself seemed determined to break them. In Matador Ranch, Texas, a lone cowboy guides a wagon carrying heavy equipment across treacherous terrain in 1908. The photograph captures the essence of determination: gritty, dusty, and unstoppable. This was the Wild West, an unforgiving proving ground where only the strongest thrived. Underground heroes, miners of the Hubert Mine. Far beneath the surface, in the depths of the Hubert Mine in Nevadaville, Colorado, a group of miners poses in 1895. The air is thick, the light dim, and the danger omnipresent. These men faced daily peril, chipping away at the earth to extract its treasures. Their expressions tell a story of grit and camaraderie, a reminder of the human spirit's resilience even in the darkest corners. Love and legacy of the Uinta Ute. In 1874, a Uinta Ute warrior and his bride sit astride their horses near the confluence of the Green and Uinta rivers in Utah. Their regal postures and traditional attire speak of a culture deeply connected to the land, a stark contrast to the encroaching frontier. This rare photograph serves as a window into a world that, even then, was beginning to fade. The shadowy side of the frontier. Step into Cripple Creek, Colorado, in 1900. The doorway of a brothel frames a carefully staged scene, women in flamboyant dresses and men of questionable repute. It's a snapshot of the Old West's darkest idea world of temptation and survival that thrived on the fringes of society. The celebration of Deadwood's resilience. By 1901, the gold rush had transformed Deadwood, South Dakota, into a bustling hub. Citizens gathered to celebrate 25 years of their city's survival, standing as a testament to human perseverance. Amid the chaos of prospecting, Deadwood had become a symbol of what determination and community could achieve. Caravans, cosmopolitan dreams, and overcoming the odds. The Overland Trail in 1870 was a lifeline for pioneers. In Harney County, Oregon, a wagon train crawls across the rugged terrain. Hunger, drought, and disease were constant threats, yet these migrants pressed forward, chasing the dream of a better life. In Tombstone, Arizona, a group poses in front of the still under construction Cosmopolitan Hotel in 1880. This building would soon host some of the Wild West's most legendary figures, including Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. These walls would witness triumphs, betrayals, and gunfights that shaped history. The beauty and craftsmanship of indigenous culture. In Orabi, Arizona, in 1898, a Hopi maiden displays her traditional hairstyle and Navajo-crafted silver jewelry. This image captures a moment of cultural pride and artistry, offering a glimpse into a world rich with tradition and creativity. The tragedy and triumph of Little Bighorn. One of the most haunting images of the Old West is the camp of Captain George Kaiser Sanderson in 1879. His mission: to recover and bury the fallen soldiers of Little Bighorn, where warriors like Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse led a decisive stand against General George Custer. A photograph from 1908 shows Crow Scouts revisiting the battlefield. They stand before a simple wooden cross, marking the spot where Custer fell. These images are poignant reminders of a clash of worlds that forever changed the American landscape. Outlaws and Legends. The Wild Bunch. Captured in 1889, a photograph of Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, and their Wild Bunch gang immortalizes their infamous legacy. This wasn't just a gang, it was a brotherhood of outlaws who challenged authority, leaving behind tales of daring heists and narrow escapes. The Duality of the Frontier Woman. A studio portrait from 1900 reveals a saloon girl throwing dice with a mischievous smile. Her pose is both playful and provocative, symbolizing the complex roles women played in the Wild West: mothers, workers, and, at times, survivors in a man's world. The Railroad. Bridging the West. In 1895, passengers crowd the platform of the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad in Creede, Colorado. The railroad was more than transportation, it was the artery that brought life, goods, and people to the growing frontier towns. Echoes of glory and despair in the West. From the streets of bustling Santa Fe in 1890 to the fading glories of Bodie, California, in 1880, the Old West was a land of contrasts. These towns rose and fell on the fortunes of gold, silver, and the relentless drive of those who sought them. A president's visit to Wallace, Idaho. In 1903, Theodore Roosevelt, a man deeply tied to the spirit of the frontier, visited Wallace, Idaho. The town was the heart of America's richest silver mining district, and Roosevelt's presence signified its importance to the nation's growth. A journey through history's shadows. Every photograph tells a story. From the Atsina warriors observing their camp in 1908 to the modest settlers of 3 Block Range, New Mexico, in 1908, these images capture the essence of a bygone era. In Montana, 1896, a Blackfoot woman with her child wrapped in a travois embodies the resilience of Native American cultures. In Leadville, Colorado, 1879, silver miners stand proudly before their modest cabins, a testament to their relentless pursuit of fortune. Kingston. A forgotten metropolis. Kingston, New Mexico, rose almost overnight in 1882, thanks to its rich silver deposits. Its luxury hotels hosted legends like Mark Twain and Billy the Kid. Yet, as quickly as it flourished, Kingston faded, becoming a ghost of its former glory. The spirit of the frontier lives on. The Wild West wasn't just a place, it was a mindset. It was about courage, resilience, and the determination to carve a life from the harshest conditions. These photographs are more than historical records. They're a reminder of the human spirit's boundless potential. Join us as we uncover more forgotten stories and unseen images from the past. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Immortal Chronicles. Let's keep history alive together. Major Pease's Ranch, a sanctuary in Montana. Nestled along the banks of the Yellowstone River in Park County, Montana, Major Pease's Ranch served as a beacon of hope and respite for travelers, settlers, and traders exploring the vast and untamed American frontier. In 1872, this outpost was a key stopping point, offering shelter, supplies, and companionship to those venturing into the challenging landscapes of the West. The ranch stood as a symbol of perseverance and ambition, embodying the spirit of the pioneers who sought to carve out lives in the wilderness. A lady of the night in the Old West circa. Around the turn of the century, an enigmatic woman, often referred to as a lady of the night, prepared herself with meticulous care. Dressed in a delicate nightgown and adorned with elegant high-buttoned shoes, she epitomized the complex role women played in the Untamed. Towns of the Old West. Her world remains shrouded in mystery, yet this image captures a fleeting moment of poise and individuality in a rugged, male-dominated society. Transporting giant redwoods in Eureka, California. In 1909, a train loaded with enormous redwood logs wound its way from the dense forests of Eureka, California, to local mills. These majestic trees, among the largest and oldest on Earth, symbolized the natural wealth of the region. However, their transportation also marked the beginning of a relentless industrial era that saw the exploitation of these ancient giants for construction and profit, leaving an indelible impact on the environment. Blackfeet riders in Sacred Glacier Park circa. In the early 1900s, members of the Blackfeet Nation rode their horses across the breathtaking landscapes of Glacier National Park, Montana. These lands, revered by the Blackfeet people as sacred, held deep spiritual significance. The image of these riders conveys not only the strength of their cultural identity, but also the enduring connection between indigenous peoples and their ancestral lands. Coal miners in Colorado circa. A group of coal miners posed proudly outside their rustic cabin, constructed with stone and mud, somewhere in Colorado's rugged mining regions. The early 20th century was a time of grueling labor for miners, who toiled under dangerous conditions to extract the coal that powered America's industrial growth. This photograph captures their resilience and the stark simplicity of their lives. Metis family with their iconic red river carts. In 1883, a Metis family was photographed beside their iconic red river carts in the open fields of North Dakota. These carts, designed for practicality and durability, were vital to the Metis way of life, enabling them to transport goods and maintain their semi-nomadic traditions. The image stands as a poignant reminder of their unique cultural heritage in the face of sweeping change. The cowboy poet D.J. O'Malley. Dominic John O'Malley, also known as D.J. O'Malley, was immortalized in a photograph taken in 1896. A celebrated cowboy poet and songwriter, O'Malley captured the essence of frontier life through his verses. His works, shaped by years spent working on Montana ranches such as the famous N-Bar-N Ranch, remain a testament to the enduring spirit of the American West. Fireman's Block in Austin, Nevada circa. Around 1880, Fireman's Block in Austin, Nevada, was a bustling hub of activity in the heart of a thriving mining town. The streets were lined with shops, saloons, and lively pedestrians. This snapshot of life during the mining boom captures the energy and optimism of a community built on the promise of prosperity. A tense scene in a Wyoming saloon circa. In the rustic setting of a Wyoming saloon, a dramatic moment unfolded as patrons aimed their revolvers at a man's feet, forcing him to dance. Although possibly staged, this scene reflects the lawless, often chaotic atmosphere of the Wild West saloons, where humor and danger coexisted in equal measure. Crow tribe crossing Little Bighorn River. In 1906, the Crow people were photographed crossing the Little Bighorn River during a cultural celebration in Montana. This annual event honored their heritage and showcased their connection to the land and waterways that sustained their community for generations. A Victorian backdrop in Colorado, circa 1900. A woman from the American frontier posed gracefully against a luxurious Victorian backdrop in Colorado. Known as a Lady of the Night, she represented a more refined aspect of life in the often gritty, hard-scrabble towns of the Old West, blending elegance with an unspoken resilience. Cattle branding in Texas, circa 1900. On the open plains of Texas, a group of cowboys worked together to brand cattle, an essential task in managing the vast herds that roamed freely. This practice, captured around 1900, was crucial for ensuring ownership and protecting livestock in a time when fences were scarce. Delivering water in Arizona, 1902. In 1902, a man and a boy relied on a humble donkey to transport water in Graterville, Arizona. With a barrel strapped to its back, the donkey served as an indispensable tool for survival in the arid desert environment. Apache Scouts at Fort Bayard circa 1884. A striking photograph from 1884 shows 5 Apache Scouts armed and ready at Fort Bayard in New Mexico Territory. These skilled warriors played a critical role in assisting the U.S. Army during conflicts with other indigenous groups, showcasing their bravery and expertise in tracking and survival. Festive Goldfield, Nevada, 1905. In 1905, the streets of Goldfield, Nevada, were alive with excitement as crowds gathered for a special occasion. The town, decorated with banners and flags, exemplified the optimism of the gold rush era. Yet, like many mining towns, its fortunes were fleeting. Calamity Jane honoring Wild Bill Hickok, 1890. Martha Jane Burke, famously known as Calamity Jane, was photographed in 1890 paying her respects at the grave of Wild Bill Hickok in Deadwood. This poignant moment highlights the deep connection between these two legendary figures of the Old West. The Rise and Fall of Gold Reef, Nevada, 1908. The first commercial establishment in Gold Reef, Nevada, was captured in a photograph from October 1908. Despite high hopes, the area's mines failed to produce significant wealth, and the town quickly faded into obscurity. Life in a Wyoming brothel, late 1800s. A rare photograph from the late 19th century shows women and a pianist gathered in a Cheyenne brothel. This glimpse into their lives reveals a blend of camaraderie and resilience in a setting that often embodied the darker side of frontier life. Cavalry camps near Fort Keogh circa 1889. In the late 1880s, U.S. cavalry soldiers established temporary camps near Fort Keogh in Montana Territory. This fort played a pivotal role during the Indian Wars, serving as a symbol of federal authority on the frontier. Miners' lunch break in Butte, Montana, 1905. In 1905, underground miners in Butte, Montana, took a well-earned break for lunch. This photograph captures the camaraderie and grit of the workers who labored in harsh conditions to fuel the nation's industrial expansion. Vienna Laundry in Leadville, Colorado, late 1800s. The bustling streets of Leadville, Colorado, featured establishments like the Vienna Laundry at 809 Harrison Avenue. This late 19th century photograph offers a glimpse into the daily life of a thriving mining town. Texas Rangers at Savage Ranch circa 1888. The Texas Rangers, part of the Company D Border Battalion, were photographed in 1888 at Savage Ranch near Relitos, Texas. These lawmen upheld order in the often volatile borderlands, embodying the rugged ethos of the American frontier. The Mueller Saloon in Ripon, Wisconsin. The Mueller Saloon, photographed in 1894, was a popular gathering place in Ripon, Wisconsin. Its rustic charm reflects the role saloons played as social and cultural hubs in small-town America. A train bound for the desert in Eureka, Nevada. In 1890, a frontier train prepared to traverse the barren desert landscapes near Eureka, Nevada. These trains were lifelines, connecting remote communities to the rest of the nation. A Sioux Council of War. In 1891, a rare photograph captured a Sioux Council of War in California. The men, adorned in traditional regalia, stood as a powerful testament to the dignity and strength of their culture amidst a rapidly changing world. The Toll Gate Saloon in Black Hawk, Colorado. The Toll Gate Saloon, photographed in 1897, epitomized the rough-and-tumble charm of Black Hawk, Colorado. This establishment was a gathering place for miners and adventurers seeking respite from their grueling work. Helena's Patriotic Celebrations. In 1889, the main street of Helena, Montana, was adorned with flags and decorations for the Independence Day Parade. This vibrant celebration showcased the pioneering spirit and patriotic pride of the town's residents. Thank you for joining us for another journey here on Chronicles of Time. If you love exploring fascinating stories like this, don't forget to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support not only helps us reach more history enthusiasts, but also inspires us to bring you even more captivating content. Together, we can uncover the past one story at a time, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next adventure.